taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say?
Oh, and he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. And the defense jumps on him. Turnover.
Man, these wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing him down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarm did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. And off to Jones. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Now they're going to throw it. It's complete. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. The opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Fair catch called for and made. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll go to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Quickly to the tight end. At the 45, on his way. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking off. He's looking for a man on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He's looking to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, Dave. Have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. Wide out in motion. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
A strike downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
They keep attacking through the air. He chucks one out to the right. And he makes the catch inside the 15. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Clemson.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Slide 22, 29 Philly, 29 Philly, Shelly Stutter.
He's going to pass. The quick out. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. This proficiency in the passing game can take you back to yesteryear and one of the great quarterbacks in Arkansas history in Joe Ferguson.
Yeah, just slinging the pill, just being able to provide balance, being able to attack down the field, get people out of the box, and not be predictable. That's a really good job by this quarterback.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Clemson 14, Arkansas 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And those are the plays you dream about. You blitz, you bring the absolute lumber. Those big hits, man, those can set the tone. And that makes a decision for this offensive player. Do I really want to go near that guy again?
Pulls it in. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. From the red zone, looking for a man. Going for 6. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that. He wants to go deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Pulls it in. It's locked. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football. They play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, he's putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Luck. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Clemson set up with another first down. He wants to throw. Buys a little extra time. He'll try to do it himself. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes. So you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Time to take a shot. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Air Force is currently ahead in this one, but they may need to rev up an F-16 if they want to turn this into a blowout today. They're up by a field goal over Houston. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
On second down, looking again to throw. Unloads to the right. Finds a man by himself. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half, so they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. He's looking to throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got room on the return. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Clemson. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They're working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, This offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He wants to pass it on second down. Got him downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Listen, QBs and wide receivers got to be on the same page, and they got to know when to throw that curl route. It's got to be on time, right when the wide receiver breaks so the DB can't catch up. Nice job, QB and wide receiver, being on the same page, getting some positive yardage.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Razorbacks will line it up on 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. The aerial assault continues. He wants to take the top off. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. The back goes in motion.
Gorilla. Slide 22. Slide 22.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got it in the middle. It's Baker. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Okay, ready?
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Caught over the middle. It's Baker. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. A 1st down run on the doorstep. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has 1 stop. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal?
691. Gators reload.
Tries again to get it in. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Man, the last thing you want after controlling the ball, moving it down the field, is to have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run the jet sweep, making the defense go sideline to sideline. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Will be a turnover on downs.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. But a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Terrier. Lion. Acorn.
Trying to find his man on first down. Trying to get to him. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Fire. Under.
He's looking to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He only needs a sliver of daylight, and the returner will be knocked down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off play action on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He's got an open man. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking for room. It's Luck. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Send that offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Baker.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it, and they convert. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He'll just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, this defense takes tons of pride in their pass defense. They've got athletes on the back end that can break on the ball, and they've got hands, too. We've seen them pluck 3 picks already. They almost got another one there.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's going for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 25.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The Razorbacks are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Working his way and keeping those legs moving. Picks up 5 down to the 14.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll run it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Their pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He finds his man. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Still on his feet at the 25. Oh, look out! He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Hands it off. Running with power. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Catch in the middle. It's Baker. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo.
Yeah, When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And here comes the offense on second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to get it through the air. Fakes the catch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, this defense is trying to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10.
2-9 Philly. Slide 22. Slide.
He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Fires to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
This should be the last play of the quarter. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw on second down. Quick completion on the out route. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Clemson 42, Arkansas 0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here.
Let's go.
They'll try to run it in. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
2nd and goal for the offense. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Slips through the line. He gets it up to the 35 before he's guided out of bounds. opportunity to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. A 3rd and long coming up here. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Intercepted. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
The give to the back. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
He's tackled at the 48-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
This is a 3rd and long.
Here we go. Razor.
Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle, it's McClure. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Baker. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. The Razorbacks headed quickly to the line.
That's an awesome effort by the receiver there because he didn't have the first down once he caught the pass. He had to be able to make a guy miss. And with his athleticism and skill, he's able to do that. And as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
They want to just keep throwing it. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Finds his big tight end. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Razorbacks have this offense rolling. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous party gift, a consolation prize, if you will. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They want that clock to run. Bulls his way forward. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. On the option. He'll toss it. Still on his feet at the 45. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he's got it inside the 25. Clemson is quick to the line.
At the 21-yard line. And first down for the offense.
They'll throw it on first down. Going for it all. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And they'll try to tack on 2.
Jackrabbit. Dino. Logger. Squirrel.
Fast motion from the offense. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
Fair catch called for and made. Bulldogs send that offense back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it 1st down at the 39.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
The offense set for a 1st down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He lets it fly. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Off he goes. At the 30. The 10. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. There is time on the clock. If there is time on the clock, there is time to put more points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?
Yeah, and I guess he's been getting it, and the defense's job is